The revolts they erased, African uprisings against colonizers. When we think of colonization, we're often told a simple story. Powerful empires conquered Africa with little resistance. But here's the truth they left out. Africa fought back. From coast to coast, uprisings shook the colonial world, and the rebels they tried to erase nearly changed history. And if you want to hear the stories they buried, hit subscribe, because this is the history they didn't want you to know. This isn't just about history. It's about resistance, courage, and the fight for freedom. Stories the colonizers tried to silence. But we're telling them anyway. The Maji Maji Rebellion, German East Africa, 1905-1907. In what is now Tanzania, the Maji Maji Rebellion erupted against brutal German rule. Led by a spiritual leader named Kinjekitile Ngwale, rebels believed Maji, sacred water, would protect them from bullets. Over 20 different ethnic groups united, one of the largest uprisings in African colonial history. Though crushed, it shook the German Empire and proved Africans wouldn't submit quietly. The Mau Mau Uprising, Kenya, 1952-1960. In Kenya, the Mau Mau movement rose against British rule. Branded terrorists by the British, these freedom fighters fought for stolen land and independence. The British responded with camps, torture, and mass executions. But Mau Mau pressure helped spark Kenya's eventual liberation. Other forgotten uprisings. These weren't isolated sparks. Across Africa, rebellions burned. The Herero Nama revolts in Namibia, 1904, a resistance that turned into one of the first genocides of the 20th century. The Ashanti Wars in Ghana, decades of defiance against the British. The Aba Women's War in Nigeria, 1929, thousands of women rose against colonial taxes. Colonizers tried to erase these stories, but they show us Africa was never passive. History books like to say colonization was inevitable, but these uprisings tell a different story. A story of resistance, courage, and voices too powerful to silence. Which uprising should we cover in depth next? Drop it in the comments, and if you want the untold history of Africa's fight for freedom, hit subscribe now.